It is 7 p.m. and I would like to call this meeting to order. While this meeting is being held in person, we are also offering the option for the public to participate through Zoom if preferred. Instructions on how to participate virtually are included in the City Council calendar item listed on the front page of missionks.org. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Robin, please call the roll.
Vaughn.
Here.
Haden, Chomphosy.
Here.
Loudon.
Here.
Byard.
Here.
Kring.
Here.
Schmid.
Here.
Chociej.
Here.
Carpenter Davis.
Here. All right, tonight we will be installing one new council member who was elected in November and saying goodbye to Councilmember Loudon, who chose not to run for re-election this year. Prior to completing the swearing in of our new and re-elected council members this evening, we would like to say a few words to thank Councilmember Loudon for her service to Mission. Councilmember Loudon has served as an elected official on the Mission City Council beginning in November of 2021 and has previously served as the chair of the Community Development Committee. Her previous involvement in community service includes representing Ward 2 on the Capital Improvements Program Committee, as well as the Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission prior to her election on the City Council. Councilmember Loudon's thoughtful approach and strong commitment to the betterment of all through community support and social services helped guide her contributions and commitments to the Mission City Council during her time as an elected official and added another welcome voice to the work of advocating for being welcoming all in Mission. We thank her for all of her contributions and look forward to continuing the work she led. And in particular, I will miss her advocacy on issues of housing and making our community more equitable. Thank you, Leah. Laura, did you have anything you would like to add?
Leah, on behalf of the staff, if I can get through this, I want to thank you for your service to Ward 2 and the entire city of Mission. Thank you for being present, engaged, and thoughtful in carrying out your responsibilities. It has truly been a pleasure and an honor to watch you grow into your role as a council member and to see you find your distinct voice as part of this governing body. Like so many other things in our lives, when you get elected, you don't always know what you don't know. And there's a reason that we as staff are sitting on this side of the dais. We chose public service in a very different way than those of you who are willing to put your names on a ballot and subject yourself to public scrutiny and criticism. And we are definitely grateful for those of you who choose to do that to make Mission a better place. But it's been, again, a lot of fun to watch you. From our perspective, we don't know everything out here, but we generally know what you all don't know. And it's fun to watch you learn that as you step into your roles and responsibilities as elected officials. Had the opportunity to talk with staff about what they appreciate and will remember about you, and the themes were definitely constant. Compassion, passion for serving others, especially those most vulnerable in our community. The ability to bring a human element to the council discussions and decision-making, a willingness to ask questions, even the hard ones. I hope you know the mark that you've made and the legacy that you leave. You have been an integral part of making this community stronger, of challenging us all to put the needs of those most vulnerable residents at the forefront of our conversations, and for maintaining an incredible sense of humor and grace, even under pressure. Oprah Winfrey was once quoted as saying, "Leadership is about empathy. It is about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives." I happen to think she was describing you, and she may just not have known that. Thank you. You will be missed and definitely not forgotten. And I know I speak for all of us on the staff in wishing you the very best in this next chapter of your life.
And Leah, if he wants to come down in front, we have a plaque to present to you.
Okay.
For your service. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. And then next, we'll turn to if anyone on the council has any comments they would like to make.
I would just like to say how much we've enjoyed Leah's comments and her compassion for people that are less fortunate than those of us up here. She always put people first. And when people would say, well, why don't we do it? Leah would say, why not? She always put people ahead of process. And she will go down in history for that. She'll be wherever she goes, whatever country she goes to. She will make a statement, and her well-being is in all of our hearts. Thanks.
Yeah, Mary.
See if I'm a crier, so. Yeah, like so many of us have already stated, I appreciate so much your expertise in areas that not all of us, get to see every day, and you see are involved in, and I so appreciate your advocacy. I appreciate you for being a friend. I truly could not have thought of a better, person to kind of walk into this Ward 2 role with. And I also appreciate all of the advice and love that you've given me coming into here as a mother as well. So we wish you well, and you won't be a stranger because we're gonna find you wherever you go.
We'll haunt you.
Not creepy. But thank you again for all of your service and friendship. So, yeah.
But yeah, Cheryl?
Yes, Leah, just thank you for making this a community for all ages. You never stop thinking about the whole. And it just makes me feel so great that you have left such a huge impact.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Leah, we will miss you. Please join me one last time in thanking Councilmember Loudon for her dedicated service to the city of Mission. And we expect you not to be a stranger. Leah, did you have anything you want to add?
My gosh, now I'm really gonna cry. So I just want to say thank you to all past and present council members. You know who you are. There were a few of you who really kind of took me under your wings and helped show me the ropes and make sure I got to DC in one piece and left in one piece. This has been the honor of my life. I mean, I have done a lot to help support people in the community, but this was an opportunity to really do the things that I love to do on a much larger scale. And the feeling I get from doing this work is like no other. I'm proud of the time that I've spent, and I appreciate the staff. I mean, you all are amazing at making me look good and give me the information that I needed in order to make good decisions for the residents of our fair town. And the council members and the mayor have just been amazing and supportive, and I've enjoyed getting to know all of you and spending time with you and working with you and coming to conclusions and making decisions that I know have made a good impact on our city. So thank you all very, very much. I appreciate you. Right?
It will now be the time to administer the oath of office to our new elected officials. I would like to ask Josepha, Haden, Chomphosy, Sam Komosa, Debbie Kring, and Ben Chociej to come forward and join me as our city clerk. Robin will administer the oath. Come on down.
Okay. That's it.
And Leah.
I'm gonna get up too.
Okay. We'll get together. Of course. Help me.
We'll let you come on down too.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. You're amazing.
Right?
I do.
You're doing word order and Maryland. Perfect.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
After I administer your oath, you'll have to sign that. So if you don't mind, just go over here and sign for me after video. All of your oaths. Right, Mayor, we'll start with you. I do solemnly swear and affirm. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support and defend.
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the laws and ordinances
the laws and ordinances
of the City of Mission,
of the City of Mission,
and faithfully discharge my duties
and faithfully discharge my duties
as mayor
as mayor
of the City of Mission,
of
Kansas.
the City of Mission, Kansas.
Perfect. I do solemnly swear and affirm
I do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the laws and ordinances
and the laws and ordinances
of the City of Mission,
of the City of Mission,
and faithfully discharge my duties
and faithfully discharge my duties
as council member for Ward 1
as council member for Ward 1
for the City of Mission,
for
Kansas.
the City of Mission.
Thank you. I do solemnly swear and affirm
Do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the laws and ordinances
and the laws and ordinances
of the City of Mission,
of the City of Mission,
and faithfully discharge my duties
and faithfully discharge my duties
as council member for Ward 2
as council member for Ward 2
for the City of Mission, Kansas.
for the City of Mission, Kansas.
Thank you. Debbie? I do solemnly swear and affirm
I do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the laws and ordinances
and the laws and ordinances
of the City of Mission,
the City of Mission,
and faithfully discharge my duties
faithfully discharge my duties
as council member for Ward 3
as council member for Ward 3
for the City of Mission, Kansas.
the City of Mission, Kansas.
Last but certainly not least, I do solemnly swear and affirm
I do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the laws and ordinances
and the laws and ordinances
of the City of Mission,
of the City of Mission,
and faithfully discharge my duties
and faithfully discharge my duties
as council member for Ward 4
as council member for Ward 4
for the City of Mission, Kansas.
for the City of Mission, Kansas.
Thank you. Congratulations to everybody. I get signatures and then we can grab some photos on it. There, and then you can just kind of.
Man, I think you should have done my memory since you got here.
Oh, you did.
I thought about trying to remember. Maybe next time.
It's very similar, but I have to click on the picture whenever I go to reset
Oh, yeah.
this card.
Thank you, Debbie. You can leave your pen there and a paper there. That's it.
It was close. I know, I love it. Get all set up. Mm. And thank you to family and friends who came out tonight too. Nice squish. All right, is everybody ready? Okay. We have one public. Wait, sorry, yes. That is where we are. Okay, sorry. Congratulations to our returning council members and our newly elected member. We welcome you to the council and look forward to the good work we will do together in the service of mission. So now we've got everybody up here at the dais. Laura, anything else you want to add?
Things, please. First of all, Mayor, I thought it would have been a miracle of science for me to pull off another appendicitis attack for your second mayoral swearing in.
Or windstorm?
And a windstorm,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm very pleased to be here this evening to have the honor to witness that. You weren't a stranger to us 4 years ago, but what a pleasure it has been to serve alongside you these last 4 years. Your leadership, intelligence, compassion, and no-nonsense attitude at just the right moments has paid tremendous dividends for this city and the staff, and I look forward to the next 4 years together. And for you pushing me to be salty at times in my email
My
communication.
specialty.
Spicy.
Spicy.
To Josepha, Debbie, and Ben, thank you for being willing to seek reelection. And congratulations on retaining your seats on the city council. Each of you brings a different yet equally important perspective to the table, and that strengthens our governing body as a whole and serves the residents and businesses of our city very well. We look forward to joining alongside you to continue our momentum from the last 4 years. And finally, welcome Sam. Congratulations on being elected by the residents of Ward 2. I know you dedicated countless hours working hard to solicit input during your campaign to understand residents' priorities and issues, and you are to be commended for that. I do have a spoiler alert, however, the hardest work starts tonight. We do look forward to getting to know you and supporting you as you also experience the don't know what you don't know phenomenon in the coming months. I truly do stand here tonight humbled by the incredible body of passionate, smart, funny, and unabashedly human individuals who make up our governing body. You pride yourselves in being thorough, reasonable, educated, transparent, and keeping the big picture in mind. You treat one another with dignity and respect and show the same to everyone who comes before you, no matter what the issue is. That's unique. And we are very fortunate to have it here, and we don't take that for granted. And I look forward to serving with all of you in 2026 and beyond. So congratulations again to all of you.
All right, we do have one public hearing this evening. So first we will hear from Deputy City Administrator Justin Carroll. Following his presentation, if any members of the public would like to comment, that will be the time. Justin.
I can't believe everyone didn't want to stay for a budget public hearing.
I know.
Side the point. So this is, as a reminder, each year when we go through the budget process, you all adopt a budget for next year, and you also adopt a revised budget for the current year. And as part of that process, the state requires us to publish a budget, a max expenditure each year. And if we exceed those funds, then we have to amend those expenditures accordingly. And so that's what this public hearing is for. Is for the 2025 budget. We have 4 funds that we are exceeding those expenditure limits for. And just as a quick reminder for those 4 funds, the Special Highway Fund was, it was actually inadvertently stated in the budget form last year. So it's just a correction. We're not spending really additional money in that form. The Equipment Reserve Fund is being amended because we ended up bond financing the new police vehicles. And so that's where that money routes out of, is that fund. A little bit related to that's the Stormwater Fund. We got the bond proceeds and everything through there. So we are amending the Stormwater Fund accordingly after the bond issuance. And then the last one is the Solid Waste Utility Fund. We're just adjusting that one slightly because the expenditures are exceeding the projections just by a little bit. So those are the 4 funds that we will be amending when you take action on this item later this evening.
All right. Thank you. So now we will turn to any public comments regarding the 2025 budget amendments. If you are participating through Zoom, please either add your comment in the chat feature and it will be read out loud, or note that you would like to speak and we will call on you shortly to make your comment verbally. Please remember your comments or questions are visible to everyone in the meeting. If you are part of our in-person group tonight, please raise your hand but stay seated and we will call on you to come to the lectern to make your comments. When you make your comment, please state your name and city of residence for the record. Also be conscientious of others trying to speak and speak slowly and clearly. If I need to confirm something that may have been difficult to hear, I will ask for clarification. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. Any comments? All right. Thank you, Justin. Seeing no comments, that will close our public hearing. We do not have any special presentations or items related to the issuance of notes or bonds on our agenda this evening, so we will move to our consent agenda. Our consent agenda has 9 items tonight. Our council committees met on December 3rd and fully discussed each of these items. The committees agreed that the items listed on our consent agenda are routine enough to be considered under a single motion. If a council member or member of the public would like an item removed from the consent agenda, they may request that at this time. If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Move. City Council adopt the consent agenda as printed, items 4A through 4I.
You should take the
Do
second.
we have a second? Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Kring,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Carpenter Davis,
Aye.
Ryard,
Aye.
Hayden Chomphosy,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Chociej,
Aye.
Komosa,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right, next we'll move into public comment. If any members of the public would like to comment on an item not on our agenda this evening, now would be the time. Seeing no hands, we will move into our action items. We do not have any items coming forward from the Planning Commission this evening, so we'll move to our committee reports. Councilmember Schmidt, will you please provide a report from the Finance and Administration Committee?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Finance and Administration Committee met on December 3rd and considered 10 items. The meeting minutes, resolution calling public hearing on removing real property from TIF District 3B and adding the same to 3C, legislative priorities, financial audit services contract award, 2026 budget adoption, 2026 budget spending authority, surplus property, and CMB renewals were approved under the consent agenda earlier tonight. 2025 budget amendment and carrot workers' compensation renewals will be considered under the regular agenda this evening. Item 7A is the 2025 budget amendment. The adopted annual budget establishes the maximum authorized budget expenditure for each fund for the current fiscal year. Exceeding those expenditures without formally amending the budget is a violation of the Kansas statutes KSA 79-2929A. If there is a need to amend the budget, state laws require that a public hearing be held. The required public hearing was held earlier tonight on this item. The 2025 budget amendments include the following amendments. The Special Highway Fund had projected expenditures that were inadvertently omitted from the state budget forms and has been realigned to match the adopted budget. The Equipment Reserve Fund was amended to account for the purchase of 5 new police vehicles and all necessary upfitting equipment. Along with new computers for all other police vehicles, funds are available from the 2025A bond proceeds. The Stormwater Utility Fund adjusts for 2025A bond proceeds and emergency repair projects. The Solid Waste Utility Fund slightly exceeded projected expenditures. This is generally the result of timing of special assessment receipts. The increased expenditures were identified for all the impacted funds during the 2026 budget process and the 2025 revised budget, which was approved by the City Council at the September 17th, 2025 City Council meeting. The 2025 budget amendments are not the result of unanticipated or unauthorized expenditures. There are no unanticipated impacts to the current year budget as a result of the budget amendments. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the resolution amending the maximum budget authority for expenditures in certain funds for the City of Mission's 2025 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any public comment on this item? Seeing none, any council comments or questions? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Ryard,
Aye.
Hayden Chomphosy,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Chociej,
Aye.
Komosa,
Aye.
Carpenter Davis,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
motion carries.
Item 7B is the carrot workers' compensation renewal. The city has been a member of the Kansas Eastern Regional Insurance Trust, or CARET, a workers' compensation pool for local governments in Kansas, since 2009. The trust comprises 17 member cities and counties. The 2026 premium for workers' compensation coverage will be paid in 2 installments, the first in January and the second in July. Premiums are based on the city's annual payroll, the level of exposure to risk that certain jobs may entail, and an experience modifier that reflects past claims. The city undergoes a payroll audit after the first of the year to review actual payroll expenses for 2025. Mid-year premiums are adjusted to reflect the result of the audit. The trust continues to maintain a strong emphasis on loss control, and all member entities are actively engaged in proactive risk management activities. Because of this, members routinely receive a dividend from the trust when prior claim years are closed out, and an additional premium discount for active participation in the risk management activities. This year, the city received a dividend distribution of $21,890 from the trust, which will be applied to the 2026 premiums. Funds in the amount of $63,000 were included in the 2026 adopted budget for workers' compensation premiums. The CARET Board of Trustees certified the 2026 premiums at their meeting on December 9th, 2025. The total premium for mission equaled $78,147. However, after accounting for the 2025 dividend of $21,890, the final total premium equals $56,257. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the city's 2026 workers' compensation coverage through the Kansas Eastern Regional Insurance Trust, or CARET.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any public comment on this item? Seeing none, any council comment or discussion? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Komosa.
Aye.
Kring.
Aye.
Carpenter Davis.
Aye.
Hayden Chomphosy.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Ryard.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Carpenter Davis, will you please provide a report from the Community Development Committee?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The Community Development Committee also met on December 3rd and considered 3 items. The meeting minutes and the MFAC splash pad feature were approved in their consent agenda earlier tonight. A contract award for Johnson Drive and Broadmoor stormwater repair projects will be considered under the regular agenda this evening. 7C, contract award Johnson Drive and Broadmoor stormwater repair projects. Earlier in the year, stormwater infrastructure failures that posed risks to public and private property, as well as public safety risks, were identified in Broadmoor Street, 55th Street to 56th Street, and adjacent to the business located at 7031 Johnson Drive. Due to the urgency of the conditions, these projects were designed under expedited task orders previously authorized by the City Council. On May 30th, 2025, the property owner at 5529 Broadmoor Street reported a sinkhole forming in the front yard. Public Works staff responded immediately and confirmed a potential failure in the storm water line. A review of the 2023 CCTV footage indicated that the corrugated metal pipe within this segment was already in deteriorated condition. A field inspection in May 2025 confirmed that the pipe had continued to fail past the point of repair. After a heavy rainfall event on May 19th, the property owner notified staff that the storm pipe had become fully exposed and was open below ground. Staff placed a steel plate and traffic control devices to secure the site and protect roadway users. Given the accelerated deterioration and safety concerns, staff engaged Olson, one of the city's on-call engineering consultants, to prepare an emergency design for full replacement of the storm sewer system in this area. On May 21st of 2025, the property owner at 7031 Johnson Drive reported a sinkhole that had been developed near his building. Staff inspected the location and observed an open void with a visible stormwater structure. To assess the extent of the damage, the city contacted Kissick Construction to perform a closed-circuit television, the CCTV inspection. And then in June 2025, the inspection confirmed that existing CMP storm pipe was in failed condition and required replacement. Given the compromised infrastructure and potential safety hazards, staff again engaged Olson to prepare an expedited design plans for this repair. Council authorized Olson's work through the city's existing on-call engineering services process. Olson completed design services for both the Broadmoor and Johnson Drive locations, combining them into one construction package to reduce the costs and streamline delivery. Bids were open on November 14th, 2025, and 7 contractors submitted bids. Bibs could be 2, but anyway. GB Construction LLC submitted the lowest and most responsive bid. Staff recommends approval of a contract with GB Construction LLC in an amount not to exceed $529,947.50 to be paid from the Stormwater Utility Fund. Construction is anticipated to begin before the end of the year. Mayor, I move the City Council approve a contract with GB Construction LLC for construction of the Broadmoor and Johnson Drive Stormwater Project in an amount not to exceed $529,947.50.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any public comment on this item? Seeing none, do we have any council comment or discussion? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Ryard.
Aye.
Komosa.
Aye.
Kring.
Aye.
Carpenter Davis.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Hayden Chomphosy.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Mayor, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much. We do not have any unfinished business tonight, so we will move into new business. We do have one item of new business for easement acquisition for the 2026 Johnson Drive Street Rehabilitation Project. Laura, can you please provide a report on this item?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Actually, we'll not be asking you to take action on this. We have confirmed that CVS will be providing the easements, but we don't have the signed easement documents in hand at the time of this meeting, so we didn't feel that was appropriate. So we'll be bringing those back at a later date. I can update you. We have the dates for the eminent domain hearings have now been set. They will be conducted on February 3rd and February 9th at the Powell Community Center. We anticipate hearings on 3 tracts each day. Probably don't know how long that will take. So we'll be happy to provide updates after that. And we still think we still have a couple we think will come in prior to that date, or that is our hope. So again, we will be bringing back the CVS easement and any other additional easements at a later date.
Great, thank you, Laura. We will now move into comments from our city council. This is an opportunity for comments for from our council members. Does anyone on council have something they'd like to share tonight? Yeah, Debbie?
As the year comes to an end, it just reminds me of how fortunate this group is. We have the best staff. I have had council members in other cities say, well, the staff did this, staff did that. And I said, our staff doesn't do that. Our staff is the best. I would recommend them across the board. At every National League of Cities conference we've had, that's what comes to my mind every time, is how fortunate we are for the people we have, and they stay here and they invest in the community just like we do. And it's a wonderful thing to end this year knowing that we have this staff in place and they're taking care of us and protecting the community and done a great job. So can't thank you enough.
Yeah, Josepha?
I actually have some kind comments that I'm bringing forward from the Sustainability Commission. Sorry, I have the longest microphone in the world. They spent a lot of time at our last meeting talking about how much they really enjoy our council and working with us and watching us work to get the right answers for all of our city. Specifically, they said, it's great to see how easily the council works together like a family that likes each other and being focused on the citizens, which I know that we spent a lot of time talking about how worried we are without Councilmember Loudon being that person to help us do that. But I think that our citizens, at least the ones that I end up talking with, believe that we're doing a pretty good job of that, even with ourselves and without Councilmember Loudon. And so I wanted to share that with everybody because it was such a nice thing for them to bring forward, and I promised I would tell you. So good job, council.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I have a very boring procedural comment. Did we have to approve a revised agenda and would we not do that?
I think you're fine. You just didn't take any action on that item, and I gave you an update. So we left it on the agenda. We talked about it, and we just didn't ask you to take any action.
Okay.
We could have done it either way, but this way is fine.
That was my only comment. Sorry, it was not very exciting. Yeah.
Very.
I just have, like a boring question. I just got an email asking when the dumpster on Knoll might be removed, the one next to,
I think
Yeah.
a lot of inquiring minds about that.
Okay.
Mission Flats,
yeah,
lane drop.
so we can have quote Knoll back.
Yes, this is also on my question list. for
Okay,
tonight.
great. Sorry to take it.
You know, you're good.
We're getting close to issuing a TCO for that project, so I would imagine probably another week or two, maybe at the most, but probably by the end of the year it'll be gone.
Great, thank you.
Is there a reason why they need to continue to block it when they don't seem to be doing active work? Because I thought there was some discussion before about having them like move things and then move it back when they were doing active construction, because it seems to,
On top of the lane drop and Knoll.
yeah. Is it just because the dumpster or whatever is behind the fencing, or?
Yeah, I think at this point, the dumpster's just kind of in a convenient location to
Okay,
put debris in, easily pick up and get out of there, and they're their parking lot is still congested with trucks and equipment
Okay.
and so forth. So I think this is kind of an easy location for the dumpster, but yeah,
Okay.
they're frantically working. I was over there today and they're all frantically working, trying to get the project finished. And
Okay.
they have people actually moving in.
Okay. Good, good.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah, Debbie?
While we're on projects, I just want to ask, with the weather being really nice, if we could continue to look at the end of the street at Johnson Drive and Riggs where that has been torn up and people are coming in one way and having to go around people. The weather's really nice right now. If we could get Water One back out there, it would really be appreciated.
That was the other item on my question list for tonight, because especially with the construction on Johnson Drive, it's really not safe at that entrance and exit because people are driving in the wrong lane, then realizing they can't turn left and trying to turn right from the left lane. And yeah, it's not good. And I know, Brent, you said before there was a sub involved, but maybe you could come up and give an update. You guys stole my questions. It's good.
So I've been in contact with the sub, so it's a subcontractor for Google Fiber for relocations of Johnson Drive. Got emails and texts last week. They said be repaired in 2 weeks. That would be the end of next week after Christmas if it's not completed by then. I told them I'm going to take further actions. I mean, it's to pull in their bond or something like that. So it should be fixed by after Christmas. And if it's not by then, we're going to take further action.
Because it's been like several months now, right? And at
Yeah.
some point, isn't Google responsible for their sub? Can we put some pressure on them as well?
Yeah, they promised me to be fixed in 2 weeks, and then that's the next pressure I'm putting on. But I will definitely send an email out tomorrow to see if we can get it fast tracked.
Okay.
Legitimately say the mayor and council wanted an answer tonight.
Yeah, I've just seen, I know I was turning right, going south on Riggs, turning right, and there was someone like next to me who had gone around who then realized they couldn't turn the other way and they were trying to turn right like around me. So yeah, it's not a good situation going on there. Any other, yeah, Cheryl?
Just want to shout out to staff and everything about the tree lighting ceremony and the menorah lighting. I think it brings everybody together. And I had so many kids in my neighborhood so excited about all the projects that you did. And I know that's a big undertaking and I really appreciate it. It's one of those things that brings the community together. And I think in today's day and time, we can't have enough of that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll just jump right on after that. I don't know how you pulled off the nice weather. That was great, but also I mean, that was legitimately, some of those are cold, so that was nice to have the nicer weather, but the food trucks and the heaters and everything was really nice. It felt like, we were there and before we knew it, the whole time had passed by and it was about time to shut down. So something special there with that event, and it just keeps getting better every time, I think. So congrats to everybody.
Any other comments from the council? I will just add, the kudos, what's already been said about staff and our council. That was a big part of my decision in running again, was the group that we have to work with and, talk around town. It's not always the same, or you'll see it in the post reporting or wherever that, we don't always have this degree of congeniality and working well together, both on the staff side and the council. So I really appreciate Sam for stepping up to run and all of you who decided to return with me. So thank you so much. Let's see. Next, we will have our council committee liaison reports. These reports allow the entire governing body to stay up to date with the various activities of our boards, commissions, and committees. So first is Councilmember Haden Chomphosy for sustainability.
Hello, yes, we just have a small update. They are still working through getting their strategic retreat scheduled. They have 3 open slots. Everybody out there watching on YouTube, come join the Sustainability Commission. We need you. We care about trees and stuff. So there's that and stuff because the PRT exists and they probably literally are trees. Anyway. They did settle their 2026 budget. They have a little question that they're still working through, but that should be completely finalized by their January meeting. They would like to revisit youth positions, and I know that that's something that we have to kind of coordinate with them. They especially are interested in how to partner with schools, if that's possible. And so that is on their minds to kind of reshuffle the the representation on that group. They are also already starting planning Go Green 2026. They have started looking for ways to help people with some mobility issues get from the parking lot that we believe we will be using to the event itself. And so looking around the city for shuttles that we can rent or borrow or just have friends that know how to drive. Next year, they also are having their 17th anniversary next year. So that's a very exciting kind of milestone for them, right alongside our 75-year milestone. And so they are hoping that we can have some joint celebration of those together. And that is the end of that report.
Great, thank you. Let's see, next we have Councilmember Kring. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I don't have a question. I just have a comment that I thought that the sustainability, didn't they have that eco? That was very nice.
Oh, the Go Green Environmental Fair?
I
Yeah.
learned a lot, especially about e-cars. I had no
Yeah,
idea,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that they really did a nice job. It
Yeah.
was a nice event.
All right, next we have Councilmember Kring for Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission. Or Brian.
Actually, go ahead and go, I guess. We touched on this a little bit already, but the holiday lights and festive sites on December 5th had actually the biggest turnout yet at about 750 attendees. So for those of you who felt like it was a great big deal, it was. On December 7th, there was a service to commemorate Pearl Harbor Day at the park that was recognized by Channel 9 News, partially because Mission is the only continental U.S. city with a dedicated Pearl Harbor Day Memorial Park, which I did not know, and I thought that was very cool. One other thing I wanted to note is the PRT and Parks and Rec team won some free maintenance for a year from the vendor NextGen. That's we are evaluating Mohawk Park to determine how we can best use those services. But I thought that I wanted to highlight that because I think it continues to speak to how well this staff does to make the absolute most of our budget and stretch the funds as best we can. So I thought that was exciting.
One of the focuses during this session was about Penn and what Penn's leadership means to this city. Every event that goes on that impacts children to adults to seniors goes through Parks and Recreation, and Penn has just done an outstanding job. He's great with his employees. He's great with this. He puts things together, and I don't know how he has the time, but it's really wonderful to see. And the Parks and Recreation Commission is very respectful of Penn's time and what he's done to make the city look good through all these events. It's a great job.
All right, next we'll have an update from Councilmembers Ryhard and Chociej on Mission Magazine editorial board. We can all hold up our magazine.
Do you want me to model it while you?
Please. As you can see up front here now, the final issue for the year should be appearing in mailboxes and businesses soon, if not already. I think everybody on the dais has a copy, and there's some on the table here. Very exciting. We all agree that we think it turned out really well. Covered most of that in my last report in terms of content, so I'll go over what we're looking forward to next year. First issue is really taking a look at what is Mission today and what do our departments, who are they, what are the fun and interesting things about them, and just getting to know what the city on many different levels and what we all do and our boards and commissions and governing body and these kinds of things. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting. That's something that I think a lot of people in the community will probably find a lot of answers to questions that they maybe did or did not know that they had. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really cool. I'm also excited that we are making headway on a local Mission resident to do some writing for us, which I think is really cool. And we continue to have our staff doing writing and photography as well, which is just adding that sort of local vested interest in the community. It makes all the difference. And other than that, still just working through kind of developing our ad sales strategies and techniques, and yeah, everything I think is going real well. Did I miss anything? Awesome. Very exciting.
Fun time kind of talking about just old,
Yeah.
fun, historic pieces of Mission and looking up old.
Yes,
photos and
yeah.
whatnot. So yeah, I think the issues coming out next year will be a fun time. I'm excited.
Yeah, this certainly one aspect that I think is worth your attention is that with the 75th anniversary of the city coming up, it's an opportunity for us to start talking about all those fun old facts and photos and things, interesting things that probably a lot of us being newer to the city aren't even aware of a lot of those things. And so I think next year will be a good opportunity in the magazine and for the city as a whole to just cover some real interesting history and cool things that you may or may not have known about Mission.
If you have any old historic photos of Mission, let us know.
Yeah.
On the YouTubes.
And I think that concludes our report.
Perfect. Next, we have Councilmember Davis for an update on the Family Adoption Committee.
Well, it's that time of the year. And Penn, you get mentioned several times, but on Thursday and Friday, we're putting together all the gifts and setting them on tables, and then we will distribute them on Friday to all these families. And it's just been an outpouring of love from the community with all the gifts that have been bought and wrapped and everything. So that's been wonderful. I do want to give a shout out to Lynn Kring, who's in the audience tonight. He's one of the people that have been with this project forever, and along with Kathy Lockhart, Kathy Bauer, and Kathy Casey. And we all learn from the best. And it's just been a really interesting journey in working with families that, have come across some hard times and been identified by by the schools to receive some food and some additional support. And I'm very proud of Mission for that because, every once in a while we need a hand up. And that's really important that we're a part of that. So thank you. And Penn, do you have anything else that you would like to add to the next couple of days' events? Okay. We'll probably give a full report in January then to follow up.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. And just so everyone keeps it in the back of their minds, in January, we usually, every other year, we switch up our council liaison appointments. So we'll be sending something out on that, but be thinking about where you might want to land next for your council liaisoning. All right. This evening, we do have several reappointments to consider for our various boards and commissions. So first, I put before you the appointments of Amy Richards, Aaron Winger, Kelsey Brown, Kevin Schmidt, and Megan Cullinane for the Planning Commission with terms expiring December 31st, 2027. Is there a motion?
Mayor, I move the city council uphold the appointments of Amy Richards, Aaron Wingert, Kelsey Brown, Kevin Schmidt, and Megan Cullinane for the Planning Commission with terms expiring December 31st, 2027.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, Robin, call the roll. Here we go.
We can do it that way. Kring.
Aye.
Komosa.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Carpenter Davis.
Aye.
Ryard.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Hayden Chomphosy.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, next I put before you the appointments of Terry Baugh, Kathy Boyer-Schessel, and Mike Patterson for the Sustainability Commission with terms expiring December 31st, 2027. Do we have a motion?
Mayor, I move the city council uphold the appointments of Terry Baugh, Kathy Boyer-Schessel, and Mike Patterson with terms expiring December 31st, 2027 for the Sustainability Commission.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on this one? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Ryard.
Aye.
Komosa.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Carpenter Davis.
Aye.
Hayden Chomphosy.
Aye.
Kring.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, and finally, I put before you the appointments of Nicole Sullivan, Cindy Long, Jackie Gamison, Chris Schlenker, and Tia Maraki for Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission with terms expiring December 31st, 2027.
I'm sorry, Mayor.
Oh.
Tia's commission would actually expire December 31st, 2026.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so with that amendment, we have Nicole Sullivan, Cindy Long, Jackie Gamison, and Chris Schlenker for terms expiring December 31st, 2027, and Tia Maraki for a term expiring December 31st, 2026. Do we have a motion?
Mayor, I move the city council uphold the appointments of Nicole Sullivan, Cindy Long, Jackie Gamison, and Chris Schlenker with terms expiring December 31st, 2027, and Tia Maraki with a term expiring December 31st, 2026 for the Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission.
Right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Carpenter Davis.
Aye.
Komosa.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Ryard.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Haden, Chomphosy,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
Bond,
Aye.
motion carries.
Right, congratulations to all of our members seeking reappointment and for our new member on the PRT. Your volunteer service is key to the work of the city, and we appreciate your dedication and service. Laura, could you please provide an update on our remaining vacancies in case anyone watching is interested?
So we do have several vacancies on our boards and commissions. One that not everyone may be aware of, our longtime Planning Commission Chair, Mike Lee, has indicated that he was not seeking or will be stepping down. So we'll have one vacancy on the Planning Commission, which we are currently advertising. In order to keep the commission most balanced, ideally that would be a representative from Ward 1. The Sustainability Commission is seeking 3 members from Wards 1, 2, or 3. And 1 remaining PRT member, ideally from Ward 2. So we'll continue to keep you updated. Social media, we're accepting applications. So please, if you know friends and neighbors, please encourage them to consider making application for one of those positions.
Great. And Laura, before you run away, do you have any other items you'd like to share with the city council tonight?
I think Robin has a quick update on the window decorating, and then Justin will have the November interim financials. Just a couple of things, a reminder that the state of the cities, we still have 1 spot left at our table, is scheduled for January 6th. It's very early this year, but if you haven't RSVP'd, please consider doing so. Also, our January committee meetings are on the 2nd Wednesday, just because of the way the first Wednesday falls, and thank you to the mayor for considering moving that so staff doesn't have to put a packet together on New Year's Eve.
Sounds like a party.
I know, right? We do have quite full agendas for January, but I also want to echo my thanks to the staff for a great year. We've had a lot going on. We always have a lot going on. Year-end status update will be coming out soon, but I couldn't do what I do without all of them, and we're looking forward to 2026. Also, just a great kind of cap off to the end of the year. We've been here in front of you quite a bit over the last year and a half, talking about our challenges in staffing our public safety department, and I'm pleased to report that we are fully staffed with a waiting list. So thank you to
Good job,
you.
Chief.
Thank you to you all for the things that you've done to help facilitate that. And with that, I'd ask Robin to do window decorating, and then Justin can do financial.
Yes, thank you. And in the spirit of our thankful meeting, thank you all for your support for the fun things I get to do. One of them is our Downtown Business District window decorating contest. So as most of you are aware, it's been open since Shop Small Saturday, the weekend after Thanksgiving. The final day for fan favorite voting is this Sunday, December 21st. So we do not share the voting link because we want you to go to our local businesses and support them and see their amazing artistry in the windows. So please feel free to go out and look around and vote. There's a QR code in the window of everyone who's entered in the contest. There's also a great reel that our special projects coordinator did on the social media if you want to watch from the warmth and comfort of your own home. But then you will want to go to a business and grab that QR code and vote. And then our esteemed judging panel is working right now on choosing their first, second, and third place favorites. And we will have those announced on Monday along with our fan favorite. Awesome. Thank you very much.
As we look to kind of wrap up the fiscal year, expenditures look really good, are in line with what we are forecasted when we revised the budget that you all passed a few months ago. I will note too that revenues are looking pretty good in the sense sales tax has tried to rebound. Those weren't looking very good at the beginning, and we had some of those refunds and things with the use tax from earlier this year. Now, because of that, the use tax there's no way it'll fully catch up, but it's trying and sales tax is looking good. The quick comment I would just have for any other wannabe economists like myself, if you look at kind of national data, there's been kind of some interesting metrics coming out that kind of are painting an interesting picture. We don't really see that with the sales tax receipts yet. There's a 2-month lag from when the state collects those to when we receive those. But that is our most localized indicator, is if we start seeing spending going down. But just kind of as a reminder that if that was to start seeing any impact, there's a 2-month delay. So it wouldn't be till January, February if spending, we're slowing down, and not saying it is or anything, but if you're looking at some of those national numbers for where we would see that locally would be in sales tax receipts. So.
Okay, thank you. We do have a need for an executive session tonight, so the governing body will adjourn to executive session for the allotted time. When that time has expired, the governing body will reconvene to do one of the following. One, extend the time required for discussion and return to executive session, or two, continue with our regular city council meeting. As a reminder to the public, the governing body may take no binding action in an executive session. I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move the city council recess to executive session in accordance with KSA 754319B2 for consultation with the city's attorney. Also attending the executive session will be the city administrator, Laura Smith, deputy city administrator, Justin Carroll, and city attorneys Dave Martin and Jacob Turner. The open meeting will resume in the council chambers at 8:25 p.m., 30 minutes.
Second.
Motion and a second. Robin, please call the roll.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
Hayden, Chomphosy,
Aye.
Chociej,
Aye.
Ryder,
Aye.
Komosa,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Carpenter Davis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta wait a minute. All right, it is. Justin, are we on? It is 8:25 and we have returned from executive session. And so before we adjourn tonight, I just want to share with the public that the video from this meeting will be available through a link on our website at missionks.org. There being no further business tonight, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. We are adjourned.